Yeah, all good. All good. Yeah, I was going for a walk this evening. I was thinking to myself how many years ago I had an introspection where it's about reclaiming responsibility for our own inner peace. And I guess inner peace is different things to different people. For me, it's that inner fulfillment, that inner sense of stability to pursue our own growth and have a level of fulfillment. Now, I'm not giving any advice or making suggestions. I'm just reflecting on my own anecdotal thoughts. And I suppose, sort of reflecting back, one example you can make a case in point. I had a mate of mine how he was in this on and off relationship with his partner, and when they got together, it was all lovey-dovey, and you'd barely hear from him, and she was the best thing, and so on and so forth. And when they broke up, and she was all these sort of negative things, he'd sort of call all these negative things, and that's almost like Jungian, that kind of the critique he had, or what he would criticize her for, was almost like a inner projection, parts of himself projecting onto her. And sort of rather than looking within, so rather than looking within to find that sanctuary, for want of a better word, is looking externally for that person to provide certain conditions that you're not in control of. And you can make a case in point that goes for any relationship on every level to a certain degree, and that's fair enough. But the point being here is sometimes our feelings about a certain situation aren't always reliable indicators. What we feel may not be the truth in the sense of the narrative. Sometimes it's about sort of stepping back and looking at the narrative. What is the story? What's the narrative we're attaching to the feeling? And that's just a loose example of this sort of mate of mine. At that point, it was on this sort of on and off relationship where you attach feelings to a narrative. And by doing that, you, to a certain degree, give ownership of how you feel to external factors. And of course, external factors do have an impact on us. Obviously, what goes on in the world, all things that happen, no doubt they do have an impact. How someone behaves towards us has an impact on us, absolutely. But what I'm sort of reflecting on here is that realization that rather than looking outside for that sense of fulfillment and someone else to provide the platform for growth, it's about sort of looking within and finding it within, reclaiming responsibility and finding it within. And like I said before, everyone's on their own journey and each to their own. It's just sharing my own thoughts, and my own thoughts are that realization I had many years ago. It's about reclaiming that responsibility for our own sense of inner fulfillment and peace.